Hey, it's good to see you. I'm glad you could be here. Today is Monday, July 6th. And oh boy, it has been an eventful month. Or however long it's been since my last check-in with y'all. A lot has gone on, a lot has changed. It is incredible how quickly things can change. Is it not? For good, for worse, for better or for best, things sure do change. Kind of a lot. Kind of constantly. Kind of forget. Kind of forget that life is ever changing, ever flowing, ever evanescing. It's endless. Well, it's not endless. Well, you could say it's endless if you believe in a spirit, in eternity. But I suppose what you believe does not change the reality. And what is the reality? I suppose there are places you can look to try and find an answer. But regardless, life goes on. Isn't it interesting that we say life goes on when there is so much death? From death comes rebirth, growth. It is not, life is not, life goes on. Life is, life is not dictated by one thing. Life does not end when a life dies. Life is carried on through lives. It is not dependent on one entity, but rather it is the collective of entities that determine life. So I guess when you're saying life goes on, you're just saying something? You're just saying that there will be a tomorrow. There will always be a next step. It may not be yours. It may not be theirs. But there will be something. A life will go on. And none lives are the end-all be-all. Life goes on. The life of me, the life of you, the life of plants and flowers and insects and bugs, and you could say the life of a rock. Why not? Can a rock not live a life? What is life but not change? The constant state of flux. The rolling of the tides. The movement of a pen. The incredible intricacy and accuracy, and yet the seeming randomness of it all. Does randomness not imply order? Like I say, well, no, randomness is obviously the opposite of order. But is it? But is it, I say? By defining something, by defining random as random, does that make it no longer random? Does knowing something bring an end to infinity, or is it the start of infinity? What an interesting phrase, or thing to say, the start of infinity. A thing that supposedly has no beginning or no end. The end of infinity? Infinity's end? Do you like the heat? Like a hot day? I guess it depends what you would call a hot day. To me, I think, I think 90 is hot. 80, maybe 85 you could call hot. It's definitely warm. 80 is warm. 75 you could say is warm, I think. Maybe like 70, maybe like 65 is like cool. I guess it depends on also the humidity and whether the sun's out or not, or the wind, or altitude. Are you happy? Are you sad? Do you think your emotions affect how you physically experience the world? They have to, right? Yeah, definitely. But I wonder if I feel happy, if it's warm outside, does it feel warmer? Does it feel cooler? Emotions and experience of temperature. Maybe it's more of a awareness thing. If I'm happy, I may not be thinking about how warm it is or how cold it is. But if I'm angry or sad, I might focus on it. I'd be like, bleh. Why is it bleh, 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 bleh? And maybe that makes it seem more intense. You can have an opinion. In fact, I bet you do have an opinion. And that, I would think is fair to say, is a valid opinion. Not because it's correct or incorrect, but because it's yours. However, I think it is important to check in with reality, to compare notes, to say, okay, I am feeling this way. Does it make sense, though? Is it appropriate? What does that mean? I don't know. I'm trying to figure all this out. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to understand. Trying to be better. I've been asking myself a lot lately, is this who I want to be? Is this the person I want to be? Are these the things that I want to do? And usually when I ask myself that question, the answer is no. But it also feels so difficult to get away from whatever that is. It's like, well, no, it's not really who I want to be, but the experience in the moment seems like it's something that I want. It's like, man, like last night, for example, I was feeling kind of hungry, but it was close to my bedtime. In fact, it was probably past my bedtime. I was like, you know what, I can eat a little thing. And so I made a little thing, and then I made another little thing, and then I made another little thing, and then I ate too much. And it affected me negatively. Who'd have thunk, huh? Even though that's what I wanted, it's not really what I wanted. Does that make sense? Trying to... the battle of will over who I desire to be versus who I desire to be. There are two different me's, and they're fighting all the time. There is the me that says, hey, stick to your morals, stick to your goals. You know, you said you wanted to do this thing, so do that thing. And then there's the me that's like, you could do that, but listen here. You see, he's a smooth talker. Just listen here, friend. What if, let me introduce you to a thing called instant gratification. And I'm like, ooh, that's shiny. It is interesting how through discipline, I feel like you could call it many different things. Discipline, sacrifice, willpower. Doing things that are difficult. That could be anything. Anything that's difficult to do. Don't matter what it is. Like for me, one of the things that I found difficult, I will say no longer, but one of the things I used to find difficult was taking showers. I don't know why, but it was just tough to do. I don't know. I had some mental block in my brain. Maybe it was something of like, well, if I take a shower, then that means I have to be productive. I have to do all these different things throughout the day. And those thoughts just piled up. And all of a sudden something fairly simple, like taking a shower, seemed like such a monumental task. And I couldn't bring myself to do it. Or something like that. It's been a long time, so I don't remember, but you know, these 2 weeks have been, I'm kidding. But anyway, just doing things that are difficult. You might say that, well, difficulty is bad. Life's all about feeling good. I don't want to do things that are hard. I don't want to have to work hard or have to, you know, do things that are unpleasant physically or mentally or but I do find it fascinating that there is so, at least to me, there seems to be so much benefit that comes from doing things that are difficult. Back to my shower example, when I did finally gather up the willpower and build the habit of taking a shower every day, something about having that routine helped me feel ready for the day, helped me feel that I was able to do things, helped me feel more confident about myself. So something that was difficult for me and that I eventually, keyword eventually, after trying and failing, to turn it into a habit. Once I did, I was like, oh, First of all, it's not as scary as I imagined it to be. Because taking a shower is just taking a shower. It's not signing a contract to work your life away. It's just something simple, takes a few minutes. You know, the reality of it, rather than what I had imagined the consequence of it to be. So I guess it also offered a clearer perspective on my life, on reality, I think. I'm not sure if these thoughts are connecting at all. Maybe it's a bad thing to shower every day. I don't know, man. I feel like there's so much conflicting knowledge or conflicting information, just in general, that makes it very difficult to feel confident in anything. I feel like it is such a valuable skill to be confident in who you are, confident in what you believe, confident in the way you approach life, but simultaneously being able to see when you've made a mistake, see when what you do or what you believe may be incorrect or may need a review or a revision. Those things kind of seem contrary. I'm not sure how to develop one or the other, or one and the other. How do you stand firm in who you are while also being open to change, open to new thoughts and opinions and ideas and ways of thinking and ways of acting? Perhaps with all things it is to do with practice. I definitely need practice in the confidence part. Oh, how easily I am swayed. Oh, the pressure that I put on myself that may or may not exist in reality. And thinking what people may think of me, acting in a way that I think is the correct way to act, not necessarily something that I would do if I were by myself. And maybe sometimes that's a good thing, and maybe sometimes that's a bad thing. Because we all influence each other. simply by being around things and people, or things that people have made, and people, and just life in general. We're taking in information all the time, digesting it, interpreting it. How fascinating. Oh, how fascinating. I think I'll leave it off there. I got another video to do this week. Oh boy, I'm excited. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys have a great week. Take care.